Welcome back. Surprise! I surprised myself. I wasn't sure this was going to happen, so I didn't want to tell too many people. In other words, nobody. We weren't sure what we were doing today, but I could not resist. I want to say hello to David Belcher. Hello to Rosalind. We have 4 really cool guitars out here because I'm doing a proper comparison video for our YouTube channel later. We're going to record the D-18, the D-18 Modern Deluxe, D-18 Authentic 37, which just came out and just came in, and the D-18 1939 Aged Authentic, which has been here for about 1,937 days. And the point is, instead of just putting all these guitars away back in their cases too soon, I thought I would invite you in for a sneak, quick, unannounced, barely announced live stream. So happy Thursday to you guys. If I'm being really honest, I'm going to miss Martin versus Martin later so much that I'm just used to being here on Thursday, and I hope you guys are too. Marcel Fleischer, greetings from Maine. That's awesome. Couldn't just go to Bangor, could you? You had to go to something I couldn't pronounce. Maury switching to mahogany only for today. Watch your language. Steve Denny, howdy. Thank you for this comparison. Thank you guys. So, again, if you missed what I was saying earlier, we're going to put these together properly where we cut them up and chop them like I've been known to do on YouTube. But before we put them away, I thought we'd have a little quick conversation. Please let me know if you're the kind of person that likes to share your thoughts. Let us know in the chat, or if you're watching this program afterwards, let us know in the comment section. Which of these guitars do you think you'll like most before you hear them? And which qualities are important to you when you're deciding which D-18 to purchase? So I'm going to assume that you could afford any one of these 4. What are you looking for tonally and maybe frankly feel? What are you looking for as far as how it feels and how it sounds and what might help make your decision? And I'm kind of curious before we start, which one do you think you'll like best? We can always ask later which one you did, but I wonder if anyone's coming here to this comparison, whether it's this video or the later video, with a preconceived idea what you expect to like best. I've played a billion D-18s. I've played the D-18 Authentic 39 a bunch of times on this program, a bunch of times when you weren't looking, and I have my own opinions of the Modern Deluxe, but I'd love to know what you think. So this is going to just be a pretty fun experiment, even if it doesn't do anything for you. I get to play them all a few more times, so thank you very much for watching. Okay, call it Newcastle, says Marshall. Thank you. I could do that one. Newcastle's in my wheelhouse. Don Martin, Ramapo Mountains. It's a little tricky to say too. Let's make things easy on me if you don't mind. Marshall's expecting to like the MD. He loves that neck profile too. David says D-18 Modern Deluxe. Hey David, let me know if you want to know about the specs on the Modern Deluxe, because I don't think I've told you. Yes, I did. I'm so unprepared. Trish is not even washed out, so we're going to the blue solo cup. All right. I don't know that it matters, but let's begin with the D-18. I'll play some Fingerstyle. I'll go through the other models. Back to the top, we'll play some strumming. And as we're going through, if you have any questions, let me know what I can do. I'll try to accommodate you. Let's start with the D-18. If you're keeping score at home, the one I'm playing here, the serial number ends in 331. That's more of a Wednesday thing. So. Steve thinks he's going to like the 39. Let's see. See how well you know yourself. I have to get a darker mouse. I don't like the reflection. Modern Deluxe. Authentic 37. $1939, aged. I'm going to pretend I didn't see a comment about a Santa Cruz going to Maine. That's your problem, not my problem. That's an awesome guitar. I could not fault you, Marshall. I really could not. Don says, now that you've played each one, what is your favorite neck? It's a toss-up between the D-18 Standard and the D-18 Modern Deluxe because These are baseball bat-ish on the Authentics. The Authentic 37 feels like it's the biggest handful. The 39 is similar. And then when you get down to the other two, I haven't played the Modern Deluxe neck. I haven't played the Modern Deluxe or the D-18 longer than just sitting here on these live programs. Both of those necks are fine for me. I don't have any issue with either one. If I spent more time, I think I'd like the Modern Deluxe neck the best. But from playing more standard series guitars over my time, it's unfair because I've had more opportunities to play that. I would say the Modern Deluxe is the second favorite, and the standard is my favorite right now. But yeah, we have a good thing going here. We're doing the Martin D-18 versus the D-18 Modern Deluxe versus the 37 Authentic versus 39 Authentic Aged. If you're just joining us, this is a surprise, last minute, didn't give you any notice, live stream. D-18 shootout, and it's a precursor to what I'm going to put on YouTube probably tonight, sometime tomorrow, where we cut these up and you get to see real quick edits. Not all this, but you'll see just playing and playing. I'll do my best to put timestamps in this video when it becomes archived, but that video that's going to go up later will be even better. Don Martin gives a thumbs up. 39 seems deeper to David's ears, however the MD sounded more even across the spectrum. And Marshall's going with the MD so far, most bang for the buck. I do wonder if certain players can justify only going, if certain players come to this and they take the Authentics out of the equation for whatever reason, if the Modern Deluxe would always win. I say that because I have a lot of customers and a lot of friends who are super impressed by the Standard Series D-18 guitars. And a very dear friend of mine, Steve, from New Jersey, played one of the best guitars at Martin Fest was a plain D-18. So these guitars all have their qualities in a vacuum. If you came and picked up one of these and didn't play the other three, they all have a seriously giant opportunity to impress you. Only when you put them against each other, maybe you'll find faults, or maybe something's louder than something else and that can be perceived as better. But I want to remind you that one of my favorite guitars from listening to everything at Martin Fest was your Garden Variety D-18, so keep that in mind too. BMO says 37A is his preference for sound off the top end of the top end. And Sean, is there a noticeable weight difference? That's a good question. Without measuring anything, I feel like the Authentics are lighter, but I'll try to pay closer attention to that. I'm going to go backwards in order now, and I'll do some strumming, and I'll try to think about that when I'm playing. But again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to come back to the YouTube channel later today or tomorrow for the proper edit. But we are doing a live shootout of the D-18s. These guitars are all in stock. If you have any questions about any of them, do let us know. That was the 39 Authentic. This is the 37 Authentic. Modern Deluxe. Standard Series. All right, we're back at the beginning. The D-18 Standard Series here versus the Modern Deluxe, 1937 authentic and 1939 authentic aged. And to what I could tell, without really holding them up and getting the scale out, I thought the Modern Deluxe might have felt like the lightest one. And there is no doubt, if there was any doubt earlier, that this guitar, the Standard Series, and the Modern Deluxe necks are much more comfortable to me. There is a quality about the authentics that are just filling my hand a little bit too much. So if you like a bulky neck, those guitars are for you. And if you like a thin neck, no doubt the Modern Deluxe is the way to go. And I also find the Standard Series very, very comfortable. Marshall says, no losers in the bunch, that's for sure, including me. I still prefer the Modern Deluxe, somehow cleaner, more articulate. It's strange. I thought going backwards I might find that each guitar got a little bit less impressive and a little bit less, like when I equate projection or how hard you must work with your right hand to get the sound to come out, I was a little nervous going from the authentic 39 down to this. This might feel like I'm fighting it, and I hear a little bit of a loss in projection for sure when I go to this, but not the kind that I was afraid of, so that's pretty nice. Lighter is better. Yeah, and I don't know that I want to be on record saying that the authentics felt heavy, but compared to the Modern Deluxe, a little bit they did. Maybe that's because there's an 8-pound neck on those authentics. So I'm sure I like rosewood, so I can't play this game like you guys can. But if I had to pick one of these guitars, I would definitely pick one of the two with the easier neck. So that might not help you, because if you know I don't like those other two necks, that's not to equate that I don't like their tone. That wouldn't be true at all. Rosanna, hello there, and everyone in the chat. It says Rosanna K. We have four, like you said, four guitars that are not losers. I think everything on this show right now would certainly make any Mahagonite happy. I'll ask Spoon for his opinion when I talk to him over the weekend. He's been known to admit he likes the mahogany as well. What do you guys like best so far, if you don't mind me asking? And I'll rephrase that. Is anyone watching completely convinced one of these guitars beats out the other three? Is anybody watching an automatic winner here? Or are they all pretty close? Are they closer to each other than you thought they might be? Steve Denny says of those four, I'd go with the MD, however, I could only afford the standard, would be satisfied with it. If I won the lottery, I'd still buy your J40. Now, we got to do a Rosewood version of this someday soon. Thank you, Steve. David's still leaning towards the MD. So I guess I wonder if I could ask you guys before this program ends, because it's not going to be a long show, what would you like to hear besides just regular strumming and regular finger picking? Is there a pair that you'd like to hear back to back besides going 1 to 4? So I'll let you guys answer that, and I'll remind you that the proper four-way video is coming your way later today or tomorrow on YouTube, and I probably will take that footage and make separate videos, maybe just the authentics, maybe 39 versus 37, maybe the D-18 versus, we'll take an opportunity to make different cuts of the same footage. Not as much difference as Steve. Maury versus Martin. yeah, I got these guys that are like jet setting to Maine or too busy. I don't know why Clayton and Marshall don't remember. I'm the one that changes plans every Thursday. I'm the one that gets the gigs. It's me that tells those guys. But we're a good team, and if those guys need the day off, I'll tell you the truth. I got things I can do too. And if I'm being really honest, it's the first time that it wasn't my fault. So good for those guys. BMO still likes 37A. My glove size is 2XL, so no problem for big necks. Yeah, if you can get your hands around those 2 necks, I don't think you'll be upset with the sound. Sean, a bit of flat picking. The standard sounds like every great record. Not good at that stuff, but I could try to get some single note stuff across, maybe. How's that? Oh, you're still here, Zilla. What I meant to say was it was nice that I probably would have canceled today anyway, so I'm glad you and Clayton did first. But anyway. Marshall and I often talk on email after my shows, and I often finish by saying, I always think I'm charming saying something funny, and it's just, I should just shut up. So I'm going to just shut up. I'm going to play some more. I'm going to try a little flat picking. And I really, really, really stress the word try. Let me see if I can't get across the way these guitars sound with single notes, if that would make some sense. D-18 standard goes first. Okay, guitar lessons over. Next up, D-18 Modern Deluxe. 2 words you would never use to describe my flat picking. D-18 1937 authentic. D-18 Authentic 39 aged. Marshall said it can't be stressed enough. Each of these sounds great. Perhaps it's another example of the Martin or the Maxim. If it's the player, not the instrument. Well, I'm just hoping I'm playing these things the same, whether or not they're being played properly. I just hope I'm not giving one extra. If I'm really liking one of these guitars a little bit more unconsciously, it's not fair for me to dig in a little better, play carefully. But I hope I'm being transparent. And Marshall likes the sound of the 39 aged, the least of the four. See? If I was really smart, I would have a big black veil here and I wouldn't tell you what I was playing, but that's a whole nother way to do it. I know those things can be fun as well. David says they're all winners. I'll tell you the truth, that last little thing, I'll wait a few minutes to say what I want to convey. I have a clear favorite more with flat picking than the other two styles of playing. I could play fingerstyle and strumming, and they sounded more similar. I think the flat picking under ear gave me more of one winner than the other three. Let me know what you think I like best. I just played 4 of these, and I think one of them flat picks better than the other 3. Which one did you think, from my expression, that I like the best? Steve says the 2 Authentics would be great for flat picking. The Standards my pick for vocal accompaniment. Interesting. That's the other thing now. Which guitar is best for something? For which one do you sing with? Which one do you flat pick? Maybe one is the best rhythm guitar. One is the best lead. If somebody wants to make the point for me, I won't have to say, you have to buy more than one of these if you want to play all kinds of music. So there's the sales pitch that took a half hour to come out of my mouth. But Don likes the Standard. I just have to remind myself, not even you guys, how impressive the Standard Series D-18 is in 2022. I have just seen so many awesome D-18s in the store, not in the store. And my mind still goes back to that one at Martin Fest. If you own a D-18, I'm gonna say something no salesman should ever say. Be happy, because I think you might have a better guitar than any 4 here. The D-18 is so not deserving to. Don't throw a pile of dirt on it. The D-18 is the most affordable, the most accessible, the easiest one to get. It's probably in stock in more places than anywhere else. Do not sleep on the D-18. Price difference, yes, the price difference. Hey, what's up, Mike? Mike likes the Modern. The D-18 is sort of in the ballpark of the Modern Deluxe, and then it just goes up from there. And because this video is going to have some life long after different price increases, I will ask you to check our website for pricing. But I think once you get out of the D-18, the Modern Deluxe is the only guy that sort of hovers in the same area, and the other two just if you're looking at an 1839 aged or the Authentic 37, I think you're pretty far past the D-18 neighborhood, but that's relative too. Do I think the scallop braces makes the difference on the reimagined Standard? Absolutely. I didn't have a lot of videos on YouTube back when the D-18 was still straight brace, but I did not like the way that sounded nearly. I think the D-18 becoming scallop braced in the Standard Series is by far more of an improvement than these Authentics and Modern Deluxes are on the same idea. I think that was amazing and very, very significant. Steve Moritz, I'm pretty blown away by my D-18 Standard. Yours is the one I was talking about. I don't know if you saw the top of this program. You have a better guitar than any guitar here, and I know that from hearing all 5 of them. What's up, my brother? Since I don't sing, You're welcome. I play accompaniment. Standard or the MD would fill my needs. That's another important thing. If you will never sing over it, you might have a different attitude to what you put in your collection than somebody who does. What's up, Jim? Hello to you. Sean's thumbs up. Hey, Maury, land far away. In which direction? So you guys, you get my point. I think all four of these guitars, if you are making the mistake of buying a mahogany guitar and leaving the rosewood, if you've already made that error, these guitars are all, I think most people who like one of these will like all four. Which one's best for you might have more to do with the neck than the tone. But I think, as you know, kidding aside with these mahogany jokes, I think these all have the same vibe and different levels of it. I don't think any one of these guitars makes you think the other three aren't mahogany in the same league. I think they're all in the same league, frankly. Steve Moritz's D-18 is great sounding. I'm not the only one who said that, and there are videos to prove it. So maybe, Steve, maybe next year I'll bring a lot of these guitars to NASFest and we can fight it out. Don says, I love my 18 Modern Deluxe I bought from you, Maury, back in 2020. Thank you very much. Just because of the added aesthetics, inlaid Martin logo, etc., and so light. Yeah, I wonder, I'll have to put these on a scale. I wonder if any of these are far lighter than the other three. 18 authentic aged. 37, oh yeah, the aged version of the 37. Oh wait, D-18A, is that authentic acoustic? Do you mean the one I have here or a different one? There's another previous generation of the 18A too. And Jim has one with an Eddie top. That's another argument. Raise your hand if you have or used to have the D-18 Golden Era. This could go on and on for way more than a half hour. That's another great guitar. Yeah. Authentic Aid. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. I want to say sincere thank you to you guys for watching, especially with no notice. If I knew what I was doing earlier, I would have given you more notice, but I didn't. And don't forget to watch our YouTube channel later. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm thinking most of you guys that are here might already be subscribers. Thank you for doing that. And we're going to put that video together as soon as possible. And if you have any other questions about any of these great guitars, or we've got to do a rosewood version one of these days about the same kind of thing. But thank you for watching. Too many models, I'm confused. My job here is done. Golden Era. Yep, Peter knows the GE. Second, the Super D. It's on my... That's another one. The Super Dreadnought that just came out yesterday. That's Guatemalan or Koa, I think, though, right? I don't think there's a mahogany in there. Tuned in just time to say goodbye. Jim, what's up? No, you didn't. But you do have to go back to the front and watch these guitars and see what you like. Martin's no longer using titanium rods. Mark Henry is late. It's not your fault. I just went live at 3:30 without telling anybody, but we'll do it again sometime. Shoot me an email if you have any idea for another show like this. Support@maurysmusic.com. Until then, it's almost a weekend, guys. Have a great Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. And Martins and More podcast is the next time you'll see us, Monday at 3 p.m. on YouTube. But you guys have a great weekend. Appreciate you being here. Authentic 1939 aged out. Thank you.